I will share with you on some tips how to conduct an effective FMEA or failure mode effect analysis, which will prevent or minimize failure risk in this video. In my previous video, I have already shared some of the common reasons why an FMEA is not effective. So now it's time for us to explore on how to make an effective FMEA. I've put the previous video on the reason why an FMEA failed to capture the risk in the description below. FMEA is actually a systematic group of risk analysis activities from a customer's perspective, which identified the ways in a process or product can fail to meet customers' requirement or pose a threat, estimate the risk itself for a specific cause with regard to these failures based on the scoring of severity. How severe is the issue to the customers? How often that the chances it will occur, and if there's any detection mechanism early in the process to prevent the failure. And also with the estimation on the scoring of the risk, it will help to prioritize the actions that should be taken to improve the process, and finally leading to the best results of eliminating the failure or minimize it from occurring. Therefore, it is important to conduct an effective FMEA to minimize any liability, risk, disasters, and also potential warranty costs. There are a few important items that is needed to prepare an effective FMEA, which we shall go through in the next few slides. Item number 1 would be to understand the customer well. The customers must be known, which include who are the customers, how do they use your product, why they need your product, and what is their requirement. This will help you to understand and connect the dots on what are the critical parameters or items that customers are looking for and you will need to monitor when you are making your product, so that the potential cost and the severity of the failure is from the customer's perspective. For an effective FMEA to happen, there should be a team from cross-functional areas that is making the FMEA itself. You have to establish a team with members from multiple discipline functional area, and best is to include customers where applicable. This will give you a different perspective from various subject matter on the potential failure mode, cause, and what other actions can be taken. Then only you can have a balanced view on the FMEA. A facilitator is also needed, someone who has already done several FMEA, as there will be pitfalls as analysis are unfold. Someone that is experienced in FMEA ways will save you the considerable amount of time and will avoid the potential conflicts among the team members. The third item in the list would be documentations. Ensure that the FMEA team compiled all the necessary documentations to understand the current situation, and these will include the product specs, the drawing SOP, the failure data, the corrective action report, sample parts, customers' usage environment, etc. to help relate the failure mode to the process or the design of the product. Number 4 item in the list for an effective FMEA would be the severity, the occurrence, and the detection rating skills definition. And eventually, all these numbers will be multiplied to become a risk priority numbers. The team must define the rating skills of the problem in relation to the severity, such as if the problem occurs, how severe will the consequences be, especially to the customers or to the end user. Second would be how likely the problems occurred and what are detection mechanisms in place to detect the problem early and actions that can be taken to prevent the failure. All team members must be calibrated to the skills of severity, occurrence, and detections to derive to the final risk priority number, which will be used to determine what are the top priorities failure that needs to be worked on. Do bear in mind that an FMEA is a living document and update is needed to capture the latest changes and the latest potential risks. Therefore, it is very important that the FMEA documents gets revisited whenever there is changes. Do consider enroll in my course on FMEA for process risk management at Udemy, which is an affordable course provider. This course is for quality engineers or supplier quality engineers, where you will learn step by step of conducting a process FMEA with the real life example and audit suppliers in their FMEA procedure and ensure that they are effective to identify risks and mitigate those risks with proper action plan. There are 3 templates available, which include the FMEA supplier audit checklist. You can even use the example, which is in this course, in a job interview. Click on the link below to understand more about the course. Do reach out to me through linking. The connection link is provided below for a special rate if you are interested. An effective FMEA could prevent an accidents and even disasters from happening. And an effective FMEA should also be driven from top down in the management and from the customer's perspective. Do leave me a comment on which tips that you will have challenges in from what I've shared with you to make an effective FMEA, and maybe I will make a video on how to overcome your challenges in the future. Do subscribe to my channel to gain more insights on how to apply quality tools effectively for you to prevent and achieve consistently good products. I hope to see you in my future video, and thanks for watching.